All right, let's go.
So before Varric, before the Shadows, you worked for...
Same as now. People who find me and have jobs worth taking. Docktown people, runaways, the desperate.
And you do this on your own?
I've got contacts, informants, people I cross paths with, but at the end of the day, yeah, it's just me. Okay, keep an eye out for paper sellers.
No.
We'll start on the north side of Lower City.
How many do we need?
Don't worry, I'm paying. Let's get started.
Docktown, right here.
How did you fall in with the Shadows?
I'd worked with some of them before. Not that they were upfront about it.
What changed?
I was after a missing person. The Viper was hunting slavers.
Read it
Our paths had the same end.
And your missing person?
Free and breathing when we finished. The Shadows brought me in after that.
Here's what we know.
So most...
I've got a contact who works this area. Let's see if he's around.
You've got a good eye. I was starting to think my good neighbor. Okay. The charm's good against all manner of curses and manipulation. Fair price. And you won't find better in the Circle District.
You won't find better at the Circle, but you will off the docks. For half the price and twice the enchantment.
Nev.
Alec?
Oh, if you say it's... thanks, I'll pass. Sorry.
Hey, if I'd known, I would have told you. Come back next week. I'll buy another paper.
I write them myself. The Magisters. They don't print the truth.
Most honest thing I'll hear today. What about you? Is it something you're buying, my friend?
Rook, and no. But I've got a Treviso Manor in need of tenants if you're willing to pay up front.
You know, I've made that one work. Can't go back to Voldorma, though. What about you, Nev?
Just looking for gossip.
Not much that'd interest you.
We chased a relic through Docktown. The buyer was Venatori, but the smuggler belonged to the Thread Crime Syndicate. You're a Thread?
We don't deal with cultists. Your smuggler broke the rules. She's out.
And the Venatori?
There's been more in Docktown. Boss says it's under control. But between us, I don't like it.
Then it's worth keeping an eye on. If you hear anything...
So will you.
You know a member of the Thread Crime Syndicate, personally?
Don't tell me you're surprised.
That doesn't get complicated?
What isn't?
I've heard some people have their shit together.
They don't. Some just keep it hidden. And others make the papers. Let's go. If we want more gossip, we need more papers. Let's head to the south side.
You've lived in Docktown your whole life?
Since I was born. Unless I'm out of the city for a job. Had a few apartments around town. The current one, it's not the lighthouse, but it's mine.
You've been an investigator for a while.
It's not a short story.
You've made it this far. Is there a secret?
Trust people enough to get things done, not enough to get you killed.
Sounds simple enough.
That's the trick, isn't it?
The best cereal in Min Rathus. The latest chapter is
take
here.
one.
One of Belle's cereals. Great. You know, Varric hired me not far from here. Come on, Slick. Stop a ritual. Save the world. It'll be fun. I think we've got enough.
What now?
Now, I'm starving, and I know the best place in the city.
All right? Yeah.
The lighthouse doesn't have this.
What?
A view of the water. I don't know, it helps me think. But we've got places to be. Come on.
You! This fish won't eat itself. You said next time you were here it was free.
Sure thing, Hal. Next time.
Yeah, it's always something.
Joining Varric. Us. Do you really wish you'd said no?
No. I just have a bad habit of picking jobs that go sideways. You think I'd learn?
I'm the same way. Taking jobs that go wrong. I'm basically a walking disaster.
So you're saying I'm a disaster?
I'm saying you're not alone.
Varric said this job would end with Solus. We'd stop a ritual, then I'd walk away. But those gods escaped. Not much of a win. And if the world falls, the city goes too. It's not like I'll find work then.
Is that why you said yes? To save Minrathous?
People will tell you Minrathous is broken. And they're right. It's corrupt, petty. Saving the world won't fix it. I take the small wins, Rook. Hal's serving fish another day. Getting past the next scrape alive. Sometimes you're lucky. Sometimes you get more. But the tables always turn. It's better if you know it's coming.
There's got to be something good to count on. Oh!
What?
How about this? When the job's done, the fish is on me.
You want me to bet on surviving this mess?
I want you to bet on a free fish dinner.
Tempting.
And now a dragon. What's happening to this city? I heard some people lost their homes. I wish there was something I could do.
What could you do anyway? This is it. But no sign of the professor.
I hope he's here and that he doesn't mind us disturbing him. He is a senior necromancer. I don't... Oh!
Visitors! What a marvelous surprise! Any trouble with the lift? Our last guests were stuck for hours. Poor souls. Oh. Professor Emmerich Volkaren of the Morn Watch.
Hello, Professor. We've never met, well, in person, but I've been writing to you.
Belara, my dear girl. What a pleasure. Surely you didn't come all this way just to see me.
Actually, we did. You see, we need a Fade expert.
Rook, fellow Morn Watcher.
Rook! Manners mentioned you.
Impressive flock of undead.
Oh, merely the gifts of experience.
The more the merrier.
I'd be pleased to continue our conversation after I tend to some small business here. I must investigate. Would you two mind accompanying me further into the shrouded halls?
Never thought I'd actually see this place for myself.
Things have changed since you left the Order, Rook. The dead stir more easily than they should.
Something's moving. Up ahead.
Strange. These halls should be under the protection of the bell.
Is that a despair demon?
Fascinating, isn't it? They shouldn't be able to breach the shrouded halls at all.
The necropolis always surprises.
Singled you out. It's vital we discover why that spirit manifested here.
Lead the way, Professor.
Someone's barred the door and chained the sunken star.
There's undead here.
We may need to defend ourselves, depending on their condition.
Haven't fought undead in a while.
There's no reaching these. They're mindless.
I feel it. What a waste.
So you can't control them.
I'm afraid sometimes the weaker dead work themselves into frenzies. Poor things. I must free that bell.
If you need another watcher, I can help.
Thank you. The star, the bell, can banish these despair spirits if we unchain it. We'll need a wisp to unseal the doors leading out. Could you please find one and bring it here?
Do you think they still remember me?
Rook, you know a wisp will follow a watcher when called.
Heal the eyes of the dead.
So that's practical, ceremony, or both?
It's Watcher tradition.
Bring the wisp here, and we can unseal the doors.
Doors open. Where to now?
This should lead us to the upper chambers, where we can free the bell. There's someone I'd like to consult with on the way.
So, Professor,
Just Emily, please.
you weren't that surprised we need a Fade expert.
The spirits talk. Even the simplest have been clamoring about chaos in the Fade. Someone coming to consult wasn't an if, so much as a when. There's a fight ahead. Fantastic!
Rook gets that one. Don't upset the Morn Watch. Chilly in here. Care to see the demon?
Echoes of the despair spirits. misery devouring itself. We should keep our distance. If provoked, these manifestations will shatter.
We've a fight ahead.
I'll do this. This is locked too, and I didn't see any wisps around.
Then I shall call for aid. They've answered. We'll need to guide the wisps who've just arrived to the door.
The necropolis wisps.
Strange. This door shouldn't be here.
You know the necropolis. Always shuffling rooms around.
If only our predecessors had found better ways to predict its whims.
Here's our second wisp.
At least they don't follow us around without asking.
Would you like them to accompany us?
I'm good. Eyes open.
There's the last wisp.
Good. Let's return to the door. Well done. Past these chambers, we'll find some assistance with reaching the bell. Despair is far more pervasive than I'd thought. We must stop who's ever drawing these spirits here. There, Rook.
Who'd be dumb enough to trespass in our necropolis?
The mind reels.
Got company. Emmerich takes this round. Under fire! Watch it! Well, look at that.
Well, nicely done.
So we use mass disruption to get rid of all these despair spirits at once?
Precisely. I sense their source near the bell. Ringing it will banish them. But we must find who lured them there in the first place. Tell me, Rook, what work took you so far away from the necropolis?
You remember that uprising of undead nobility a while ago?
The War of the Banners? I was up in the city when that broke out. I heard a young watcher, Ingolvar, put a stop to it through unorthodox measures.
And got into trouble. It was decided it might be best for that young watcher to see the world.
Ah, say no more. we are. This is where we'll learn who summoned these despair spirits.
I don't see any of the more helpful spirits around.
Mage or not, every watcher must trust that the necropolis answers all proper supplications. Would you mind lighting those braziers, Rook? This should unseal our final pass to the bell. It's best we unchain it quickly.
Right. Then what?
The sunken star will drive away despair. Any malicious spirit that hears the tolling of the bell will be banished to the fade.
Handy. Could use a few of those for back home.
I understood Tevinter to be experienced in dealing with malign manifestations.
Oh, we are. You have to be when blood magic attracts them. Or some cultist decides to summon something on purpose. I'll take any help I can get.
Excellent. Approach the body and we'll begin. By seal and flame, who brought despair in our midst? Despair! Who brought it here?
Venatori.
The Venatori. Of course. This way, please.
The Watchers never taught me that.
The colloquial term is corpse whispering, a gift that manifested with my magic.
Well, there's some luck for you.
Honestly, I've no idea how the other Watchers navigate the necropolis without it.
Shh. I think I hear someone.
This map is useless. We wasted 3 slaves in those traps. If that Hand of Glory burns down...
We found those Venatori.
They have no place in
I finish them quickly!
Make you destroy!
Solid blows!
Gods inspire!
What are the Venatori after? Gold? Artifacts?
raw magic. Their first envoys were obsessed with gathering power for some new masters.
Ah, I'll fill you in on them later. One less spirit of despair in the necropolis. That's the last of them.
I see someone by the crates.
I don't think they're Venatori. This looks interesting.
Spirit labyrinth? I didn't know they'd learn to make miniature ones in Tevinter.
Hello? Did the Venatori bring you here?
They said
They said I'd spilled the wine too many times. That I'd be a better sacrifice than slave.
You are in Navarra, sir. There are no slaves on our soil. Please remain here. After we've seen to the rest of the Venatori, I'll send for someone to escort you above.
Oh, all right.
Those Venatori dragged that man down here just to die.
The Watchers will shelter him. We'll inquire if he has any family in Minrathous.
Might know someone who can help with that.
Do you, madam? We'd be grateful. As for the Venatori, what remains of them will be put to work. The Sunken Star can help us if we break the Venatori's chains.
Right. There's one chain.
Excellent.
Guests!
Kill them all, but save the living.
Got it.
About to have a problem.
Shattering those chains will swing the bell.
There. That's the last chain.
We must return to the lower level to ring the bell. Be ready. The ritual to wake the bell will draw Despair's attention.
And any more Venatori?
I'll need you to keep them occupied while I work.
There's the Venatori.
Venatori are conjuring spirits.
We'll stop them. Watcher's duty. How are we doing, Emmerich?
The bell is slowly wakening, but we must fight a little longer.
You've got a rage, demon.
Hold fast.
I've got the setup.
The despair spirit.
That's one for us.
A solid hit.
Look out.
Halfway there.
My job's done. Your turn.
grand necropolis shows itself.
Well, look at that. No more despair, demons.
Pretty impressive.
Thank you. But come, let's ensure these cultists didn't leave anything dangerous behind. I'll ask our attendants to gather their bodies later, of course.
And this is a severed hand.
It can't be. A hand of glory? The Venatori should never have this. I must find out where it came from. Let me know when you'd like to return to the chambers above.
Let's get back to the lighthouse.
You can tell me why you've sought out a Fade expert on the way?
I know it's a lot, but I swear we've seen the blighted elven gods ourselves.
It would explain recent Oniric disruptions.
At the least. The implications of what Rook's witnessed are... Ah, thank you, Manfred.
No one ever brings me tea after a slog through a haunted crypt.
My assistant, Manfred. Always thoughtful.
You spoke of danger to the Fade.
The elven gods plan to tear it wide open to get to the blight. I came home to find a necromancer who'd help stop them. A Fade expert.
Many Watchers never depart Navarra. But with events so dire...
I'd be delighted to assist.
It has been many years since you left us.
Well, yes, but elven gods, ancient magics. I couldn't bear miss this. Besides, I've spent my life exploring the Fade and speaking to spirits. If Rook needs an expert, none are better qualified than I.
Are you good in a fight? We went through a lot of demons.
I've faced worse in the necropolis.
Welcome aboard.
Wonderful! I'll gather my things. Come, Manfred.
The Grand Necropolis was at peace again, and Emmerich was off to a new adventure. But in Navarra, nothing stays down for long. The Venatori had unearthed something no one should have, and delivered it to the worst possible person. Emmerich's journey would soon bring him face to face with the gloaming lantern.
It's like all the remaining blight has been drawn to this spot. Undead in the crossroads. How is that possible? Something's wrong.
Places between.
That scent. I can't place it.
For a moment, it smelled like Docktown after it rains.
There's small enchantments around this place, from the old elves welcoming their kindred home.
The arm, Tom? Here? First the Crossroads Guardians, and now the Arntom. Stay alert.
Hey.
That looks painful. For them.
Yup.
You must be Tash. I'm Rook. Here to help any way I can.
The Lords want to hit a cave on the coastal cliffs. Big Vincimer makes her lair there. We get her out, the Lords get in, we go home and get drunk. Might be more on Tom. Don't get in my way.
She seems nice. So what's the plan exactly?
We need to lure the Vincimer out of her lair. I set bait, she comes out to eat. My partners loot the lair while she's out here. We'll find the bait on the beach.
You said the dragon we're dealing with was a Vincimer.
Yeah, blue with a yellow belly. Breathes lightning.
Lightning? Well, that's dramatic.
We're not fighting her. Lords just want the horde in her lair. On Tom ahead. Be ready. They go hard. Watch yourself. They have Gatlock cannons. Come on. You're not bigger than me.
Look at that.
So you've got no problem fighting other Kunari?
I'm from Ravain. Not like I follow the Qun.
You've got the arm ropes.
Sure. I wear a lot of stuff. You don't get to tell me who I am. Doesn't matter anyway. Hey, the Antom don't follow the Qun either. Not anymore.
Good job with us. What made you want to take it?
I don't.
I thought you wanted us here to help you.
No.
We're not fighting the dragon?
No. Vincimers eat big game, usually sea life. They're not hostile unless you do something stupid.
Like poke around in its lair?
Right. So we lure her out, then the lords go in and grab anything shiny.
But you do kill dragons, right? You're a dragon hunter.
I kill them when they need killing. This one doesn't. All right, beach is up ahead.
Right. You said we'd find bait here?
Bait'll find us. Come on.
Nah. Deep stalkers, watch out!
Knew they'd find us.
So the deep stalkers are the bait.
Yup.
If that's what works.
Quite a few of them. Dragons have big stomachs.
Nice move, Tosh. Now there's the knife. Is it just me, or is that one meaner than the rest?
That's their pack leader. Take her down.
Look at that one.
I think that's the last of them. Now what?
Now I get the fire going and make our dragon dinner. Good. She'll like it. And this potion will put her to sleep for a few hours. But we gotta get her attention. Use the horn up there. Come on, she'll be here soon.
So, we held up our end of the bargain?
You did okay. So, what do y'all do?
Right now, we're trying to take down evil god monsters and their blighted dragons.
What? That can't be right. Dragons don't get blighted. They're smart enough to avoid that crap.
However it's happening, the gods are using the blight to force dragons to attack people.
That's messed up. Somebody needs to stop them. There you go. A tusk curry.
Where are we headed?
That old Grey Warden fort. Anton might be there. I want to see what they're doing. If it's anything the Lords of Fortune need to worry about.
She responds to people blowing a horn.
This time.
You've left food for her before.
It took a while to get her used to it.
Sounds like you've got her trained.
You train a dog. You reach an understanding with a dragon. Vincimers are clumsy on land. Better in the water. They cut the surface like a knife.
They swim?
They dive down after prey like a giant bird. Sometimes they stun schools of fish with their lightning. Gulp them all down in a single bite.
suppose.
Letting us know she sees us. Might also be her way of saying thanks for the food.
Someone put a lot of work into these fortifications. Why'd they leave?
This used to be a big Grey Warden outpost. They left after the Darkspawn stopped coming.
So the Antam are here.
Let's check inside the fort. I want to see what they're doing. Shit. More on Tom.
Let's finish this.
I'll show you weak dust people!
End it now.
Come on, let's keep looking.
So the Antam took over the outpost after the Grey Wardens abandoned it?
Yeah. Ravane and the Canary were at peace forever. Then the Antam broke away from the Qun and invaded. But Canary builders are part of a different caste. They didn't break away. So the Antam take over old forts like this instead of building their own. Grapples, nets. The Antam are going after the Midsummer.
But the dragon can handle that.
Not after I drugged her. Come on. They've been watching. They knew I drug her to make her sleep. Assholes!
Eyes open. Rook takes credit there.
They haven't seen us yet. We can run.
Hey! I brought her down. She's mine by right.
Makara.
Mara Namra Benari Bala. Atash Martarost, Asitarala. Kyuto.
Yunasi Bishida.
Tarala. Come on.
Oh, you breathed fire.
Yeah?
Can't say I was expecting that.
Were we supposed to know this? Because I don't remember you mentioning it.
We can talk later. Let me know when you're ready. I'll burn the chains off the dragon.
What'll she think of us when we free her?
Hopefully she'll just fly off.
Hopefully. Should I cross my fingers?
As one dragon flew off, now safe to finish its nap, uninterrupted, another was about to wake up. The surviving Antam poachers carried news of a fire-breathing Kunari back to their leader. Tosh and the team would soon find themselves being hunted by the Dragon King.
Wonderfully done, Tosh. While you played with the big scary dragon, we looted the shiny stuff from her cave. So, Rook, Varric's talked about you. I see he wasn't making shit up this time. They call me Isabella, among other things.
What did you find in the cave?
A lot of dragon shit, gold, some fancy trinkets, and this.
How much could you get for something like that?
A fair bit of gold if you're lucky. Maybe a war if you're not.
But this piece is not for sale. The Lords of Fortune retrieved it at my request.
Rook, this is Shathan. She's our expert on Qunari artifacts.
This piece predates the Steel Age by centuries. It comes from an earlier attempt at settlement. One that left no survivors. You used your fire.
What? No.
Were you seen by the Antam? You promised you would be careful, Evatosh. You need to be away for a while. It is good you are joining Rook's team.
I'm what?
Wait, were you not aware of this? Our contact here said you'd agreed to join us.
Didn't Shathan... I thought you and your mother had agreed on this.
Nope.
Whoops. Well, you'll work it out. You always do. For gold and glory, Tosh. You're welcome back whenever. Rook, pleasure doing business with you.
Mother, what did you do?
I thought you would enjoy the chance to work with Rook's team. Do you not wish to stop these blighted dragons?
Of course I do. I might have decided to join on my own. Maybe after you talked to me.
I talked to you about not using your fire in front of the Antam. I will prepare potions for you to take. Would you prefer ginger or lavender?
The ginger.
Hassam Vinek. Rook, you will keep her safe.
She strong-armed you onto the team just like that, huh?
Looks like.
Anyway, welcome to the team. Might not be what you wanted, but we could really use the help.
I'll get my stuff. Hey. It is.
Sorry?
Joining your team. It is what I wanted.
Glad to hear it.
The Antam hate magic. They always talk about how much better Qunari are than everyone else. Now they worship elven gods for power? Hypocrites. But it explains why they pushed so hard into Ravane.
With this, Demeta's Crossing and the Blighted Dragons, and everything else we're all dealing with, feels like we're at war. A lot of little wars.
So instead of one giant fight, we have a lot of smaller ones. I bet that won't make things any easier.
The gods have made bargains with the worst people in Thedas, offered them all power. And it's not as though the Antam or Venatori will care about the price.
So how do we fight back then?
We don't have an army, but we do have allies, like the Veil Jumpers.
After Demeta's Crossing, it's personal for them.
The Shadow Dragons, particularly after we helped save their city.
A debt the Viper will repay soon.
Also, Lady Morrigan requested a meeting at the Cobbled Swan in Minrathous.
Could she have found some trace of the gods?
Probably. Morrigan doesn't visit crowded taverns for fun.
I also heard from Grey Wardens out in the Hossberg wetlands, Antoine and Evka. Something strange is happening with the Blight there. I bet it involves the gods.
Gillinane has laid low since we hurt her dragon, but the Blight spreads rot wherever the gods go.
And no one's better at tracking Blight than Wardens.
Morrigan and those Wardens feel like our best leads on finding the gods.
Are they really gods? Or just ancient mages? It's not clear.
They're gods. In their power and wrath, at least.
Lucanus, you're back.
I am.
A couple of new people have joined the team since you've been gone. This is Professor Emmerich Volkaren. He's our Fade expert. And Tosh, our Dragon Hunter.
Hey.
Charmed.
Right. Not everyone has met.
So, a Dragon Hunter. Treviso could have used you.
What's happening there?
It's just... people blame you for what happened to Treviso, Rook. But they did not have to make that choice, knowing what the gods are capable of. There was no right call. Still, it changes things. How could it not?
But you're back with us?
Yes, here to stay.
Given how things have gone, I wouldn't blame you for staying away. So, thanks. We can't do this without you.
After what they did to Treviso, I want these gods to fall. I don't see anyone else with a better chance than you. My blade's yours, until the end.
Great. Let's follow up on some leads.
I'll let Lady Morrigan know we're ready to meet.
I'll send word to Antoine and Evka. They're holed up in a town called Lavendel.
Everyone else should rest up. Be ready to move when I call.
Never easy, is it, kid?
What do you mean?
Making the big choices, then living with the consequences.
Feels like stopping two gods isn't the kind of thing that should get handed to a fresh leader. Though, someone needs to be in charge, right? Everyone's looking to me for answers. I have to be ready to give them, even when I'm not certain.
And that's why I recruited you, Rook. I knew you could fill my shoes. Anyway, you've got a meeting with Morrigan to attend, and dealing with whatever the Wardens found. All this chatting is taking it out of me. Think I'll rest for a bit. Good work, Rook. You'll find your way through this. I know it.